Hello, welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another hauling ship, where this one is called the Nagi Firefly LCT, which is this lovely thing over here. So this is an incredibly small ship, because the ship itself is this front section right here. This is all the actual ship is. Then behind there, we've got our trailer. Then in the middle, we've then got our cargo that we can each individually disconnect and we'll leave where it needs to be left. So for a quick demonstration, grabbing hold of my character, coming around and down towards the back here, into this little doorway, and then into this seat. So what I can do on tab number 1 is press number 2, number 3 to undo the merge blocks. They handle the left and right hand side, so you've got a double safety system. Then you press number 1 for your connector to disconnect it, and then fly away with the ship. Then of course behind there we've got ourselves our trailer. We will have to disconnect that via this front ship, so we've got to reverse this all the way up once again. There we go, a little clonk. Number 1, number 2, number 3, onto tab number 3. I can now press number 5, then number 6, and now that's been completely disabled, moving away, and there we go with our cargo. So I'm going to pull that all the way away. There we are. Now I'm going to come over to tab number 1, disconnect this once again, pull that forwards, and there we are. I've now completely separated the ship, and of course this trailer and cargo. I'm going to leave it as so, but when we go around the outside we can actually get a clear view of what's going on. But for now, I'm now going to land all the way down onto the ground. Come like this, move the camera away, and I'm going to press F10 and find it in the spawn menu. So the Nagi Firefly is 5,855 small blocks using a bunch of the DLC packs. We use no mods, but we do use quite a few scripts on here, which we'll see when we actually look around in the first person view in the main cockpit. But down here, a lot of information about it, a lot of warnings about this thing. Then down here's the specifications. And of course we've got all of our very useful ship controls to tell you everything about this thing. So giving this thing a thumbs up, we're going to move around towards the very front, have a look around the outside like I said, then we're going to go and play around with it for a bit, and I believe that'll be that. So my character can turn around, so it's quite rude to show his back to us. There we are, and this is what we get for the very front of the Nagi Firefly LCT. So right in the very middle, what we've got is some window blocks per inside in our cockpit to drive this thing around, and in that cockpit will be one hell of a lot of LCD screens with all different scripts telling you all the important stuff about this ship. To the left and right hand side, we'll get a close look over on this one. We've got 3 hydrogen thrusters, got a bunch of spotlights, some barred windows, some hazard skin, make it look all nice and fancy. And then eventually that'll come all around onto the side here. We've got some white steel blocks, a yellow blinking light, some green beam blocks come all the way across some yellow armoured panels. Over here we've got an access panel that we can open up and access up on the inside. There's 2 small hydrogen thrusters. And then there's a rotating light on the side. Put it on my light, looking behind this thing, we've got 2 more hydrogen thrusters, more beam blocks, some grey beam blocks. And across here is your connector merge blocks, and of course a small connector to allow you to connect up to your trailer and actually connect up your cargo as well. Yes, back to here, moving across. There we are, there's a doorway to get inside, another little access panel there, another connector on top of a camera to help reverse this thing up. Then moving all the way up and looking down, turning on my light. There we are, so we've got some more hydrogen thrusters. Oh, on this side, even more hydrogen thrusters. There's some lettering that says 8669. And where I'm standing, low antenna, green lights, towards front, armoured panels, barred window, then all the way down underneath this thing. There we are, put it on my lights. There's an oxygen tank, we see some more hydrogen thrusters, more armoured panels. Down to here we then got a small little action relay with some slanted steel blocks. I believe that's at the very front. So turning around and come and have a look at the trailer. Here we go. See, on the front here we've got ourselves our connectors, our merge blocks, warning sign to make sure you don't stand in between these when docking this up, otherwise you're going to get crushed. In the middle here we go, we then got a arrow that points down to a cross. Down here we see a bunch of barred windows in the background, beam blocks on the side, gyroscopes. Into this section, a small cargo container with an access panel on the front of it. Putting away onto the side. There we are, more hydrogen thrusters, more grey blocks, some sunny greeny blue blocks to just break up all the grey. We've got another hydrogen thruster, another little arrow pointing forwards, as well as some connectors right behind it. All the way across, another hydrogen thruster, connector on the side. As we go towards the very back there. There we are. Moving up slightly, come across once again. Even more hydrogen thrusters, a white strip, small hazard skin, but we'll see that when we look down at this thing. They're coming all around towards the very back here. Here we go. So yes, this is what's going to be pushing us around. So we've got 3 large hydrogen thrusters on both sides. We've got 6 small hydrogen thrusters, 3 top, 3 bottom. We've got some red inset lights, just giving a nice ominous glow. And we've got some fantastic use of the armored panels and barred windows, giving a nice bit of decoration and housing for these thrusters. Onto the middle. Here we are, we've got storage area pointing you, well, basically where that cargo is going to be going. Across to here, orange hazard skin, yellow hazard skin, all the way across. And there we are, looking towards the front, and there's a connector for our cargo. Moving all the way up and looking down, That's it as a whole, so we see some more hydrogen thrusters, large ones, small ones, has skin all the way across. So we get to here, we've got a laser antenna, bunch more beam blocks go down to our connector merge box, connected up to the very front, and all the way down underneath this thing. There we are, not too much to talk about down here. And there we are, the actual trailer. Now come across to the cargo, which can be anything you want. It just spawns in by default, which you can use. It's basically just one hell of a lot of modular containers all strapped together, with their access points on the side covered up by some caps. Looking at it like so. There we are, run towards the back. There's a connector merge block once again, so you can connect this up universally, whichever way you want. PSS conveyors just linking everything together, more barred window as it sort of supports to hold it all together or to pretend to hold it all together. Moving up and looking down, all the way across. And there we are, coming all the way down underneath this thing, not really going to change anything compared to what we just saw on the top. And there we go with the trailer. And with that, that's it for the outside of the Nagi Firefly LCT. That was bloody fantastic how to be set up. I do absolutely love these modular design ships, where you can just attach anything you want behind this thing. You could, if you really want to, just forgo the trailer at the back there and attach one a jump drive attachment onto this thing and use it as a long-range jumping ship if that's what we want to do. But no, as for that, like I said, it's a fantastic looking ship, so now what we're going to do is grab hold of my character, get inside, and show you what's going on with these LCD screens. So all the way down, opening up the door, turning on my light, dropping all the way down, closing it behind me, and here we are for the inside. So yes, one hell of a lot of stuff is going on inside here. There is a blinking green light, so let me just pop into here, actually turn some of them off. So I want to have number 4, 5, and 6 turned off. That should hopefully stop the blinking. There we are. So yes, looking over here, what do we have? We've got our floor plan script, we've got our radar script, down here, artificial horizon. Over there, we then got Blog's fancy flight scripts. Down there, we then got our paragraphs. We then got a script controller down there, or at least the LCD screen controller on there. Onto this side, we then got ourselves our little medical cabinet to open up and put stuff inside. Over there, we can open up, pretend we're doing internal work. Looking up and around, not too much to talk about, getting very wonky, so I'm going to hop into the chair. Now I'm going to look around over here. On the screen, we do have some other stuff going on there, which is going to be your cargo pod's fuel, which will only show up when we actually connect up to it. Down here, we then see our integrity script, so we see exactly what's going on with the ship, what's damaged and whatnot. Over towards the front there, we see our hydrogen, we see our power time, but this time being displayed very fancily. In the middle, meters per second, radar scripts. Then over here, we see each of our hydrogen thrusters, and whether they've been turned on or off, or if they're missing. Up here, we've got a very fancy thing, which is our batteries, oxygen tank, and then our ship's fuel, which is our hydrogen, in a lovely green bar system, which I do absolutely love. I've never seen this one before. No, it looks absolutely glorious, and should be very fun to watch, ticking down, actually where to fly this ship around. PS what I'm going to do now is just reverse this thing up. So here we go, it should be all nice and straight for me to do. So on pad number 1. Here we go. Pressing number 1, 2, 3. I can now reverse this thing up, dig up to the trailer. So on tab number 3, getting that ready. Here we go. Got to be quite careful because if I bump this thing, it is going to fly away into the distance, make it very awkward to actually connect up to. And there we go. Pressing number 5. Pressing number 6. That's now all connected up. First person view, looking across to here. And here we go. Our cargo pod fuel. We now see how much fuel is remaining on that trailer carrying all the modular containers. And there we are. So yes, now what we're going to do is go through all the rest of the controls, fly this thing around, and I believe that'll be that for this video. So yes, number 1, number 2, number 3, we've already seen that. That's going to be how we're going to disconnect our trailer. Number 4 is going to be to help reverse this thing up, in case you don't want to use the third-person camera. Number 5 is then for your spotlight to the front, turn them on and off. There we go. And then we've got number 6 for your hydrogen thrusters, turn them on and off, which is going to affect only the front of the ship. Then we've got number 8 for your rotating lights on the sides. Then number 9 is for your connector, the one on top, to connect up something else if you want to do that. Onto tab number 2, we then got reactors on and off, hydrogen tanks stockpile on and off, even more lights to turn on and off, then of course our gyroscope controls to raise and lower it depending on what you want. Onto tab number 3, we then got our hydrogen thrusters for our trailer, so we press number 1, which is going to turn off the large hydrogen thrusters at the back and on the side, then number 2 is going to turn off all the small ones all around this thing. So you can still fly this thing around using the front, but it's going to be a hell of a lot slower, especially for the modular containers are full up. And we're putting them back on, we've got number 5, number 6 to disconnect our cargo. Then we've got number 8 to turn our lights on the trailer on and off. Then number 9 is to stockpile on and off the hydrogen tanks on the trailer. On to tab number 4, we've got all the stuff about the scripts, but we do not need to touch anything about that. Before we fly this around, I do want to see what's actually floating around and from there. Just noticed that a minute ago, I believe that did fall off the trailer. But coming across to here, what is going on here? And, oh. Okay, so the LCD screens appear to have floated away from the screen. Not the actual blocks themselves, just the holographic thing. Well, how about that? We've got ghost LCD screens. Anyway, back down to here. Inside. closing up that, into the seat. Here we go for a little test fly, so moving forwards. And that's what we get, so with all the process all together, we are bloody fast, which is jolly good stuff for a large cargo ship. Coming to a stop. There we are, feels a little bit slower than moving forwards, still very respectable at the end of the day, but bear in mind this is empty cargo, it will get a lot worse when we actually fill it up. Moving left. Moving right, some very good speed with that, especially because we've got large hydraulic thrusters on the side of our trailer, they're going to be making the most difference out of everything. Then moving down. Moving up. Feels a bit slower than left and right, although it looks about the same when actually looking on the screen, but when I'm actually flying this around, the way it feels to me, does feels a bit slower than left and right. Now as gyroscope controls, move this thing around, here we go. So yes, this thing's got a fair bit of weight on here, but it's not too bad at the end of the day, we can easily maneuver this thing around. So moving around like so. But it's going to drag quite a lot, that's fine, because we're not a combat ship, we're not aiming any kind of static guns, we just got to skedaddle away from the enemies if they do start to approach us. And with that, what I'm going to do now is hop out of this, fill up all the cargo containers, or at least some of the cargo containers, then we're going to test it out one more time. Okay, I've now filled up all the modular containers, so looking inside here, finding the empty, here we go. So yes, we've got a bunch of cobalt and pretty much everything, 27k cobalt, which is weighing us down quite a lot. Look at all that stuff in each of the containers. Didn't take too long to do because they just used land to deposit everything. But yes, now I'm going to fly this thing around one more time to actually see how it changes with all the weight. So moving forwards, here we go. And yes, that is a very stark difference compared to what it was. Come to the stop is still a little bit slow, but not too bad at the end of the day. But you will have to plan way ahead to make sure this thing can stop in time if you are moving at 100 meters per second. Left and right, moving down is incredibly slow, and well, surprisingly, moving left and right now feels slower than moving up and down. How about that? Then for gyroscope controls, moving this thing around with maximum gyroscope controls, and it's still quite respectable at the end of the day. Can't rotate this thing because I'm pressing Q and E, nothing is really happening here, but you can move this thing around just about, as long as you give it a little tap with the thrusters to actually get it going. If it sits still like so, and you move the mouse, nothing is going to happen. So there is that. But with that, one final thing to do with this thing is to throw the cargo at some space pirates. So aiming all the way up to here. Here we go. And hopefully, there they are, moving all the way forwards. If I can actually get this to go all the way up. There we are. And I'm going to come out of this view, start moving forwards, tab number 3, get this ready, type all of that. And we're now going to start charging up to speed. In fact, I want to have that turned on so I actually see the signals and how close I'm getting. And I want to aim it up a little bit more. That should do quite nicely. Would have been great to have a camera on the front so I could precisely aim this cargo. But here we go. We're now getting closer and closer and closer. Hopefully I can hit 100 meters per second. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to disconnect that, move all the way up, basically allow it to fly like a missile into the space pirates, and hopefully that'll deal a nice lot of damage. So here we go. 5, 6, lifting up. Away I go. That's absolutely confuddled now. That's still flying towards the space pirates. Here it goes. Finding all the signals. And that was a jolly good hit from me. I actually can't believe I actually hit it. Doesn't look like it did too much damage. But no, that's that for this video. That's that for this ship. It's a fantastic looking ship. Fantastic utility with it. I just highly recommend downloading it. Checking it out yourself. So it's just a nice bit of fun to play around with. So be into the description below to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do. As well as the links to Skybox we're currently using. I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.